channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about some things because you know what I'm like when I think too deeply into things. And yeah, I found some things that are out of Harry Potter that are actually real. And I'm really hoping that some of these things wow you because they wowed me. One thing in particular, you've seen the thumbnail. So if you'd like to hear what I found out that is real out of the wizarding world, then keep on watching. And if this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello and welcome to my channel. If you would like to become a Potter Poppet with us, please click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. All my social medias, they're linked in the description of this video. Go see what I'm up to on those. And guys, I'm trying so hard to get to my next big milestone of 2,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Also, I would like to give a massive thank you to my Patreons. They help me keep this channel running just that little bit more. If you'd like to know any more about Patreon, that is also linked in the description of this video. Go check it out. If you think it's for you, then come join us. Oh, let's get into this. Okay, this first one, a lot of you might know, but I delved deeper into the fact that we know this is real. So Mandrake or Mandragora is real. Now, like I said, most of you will know this is a real plant, but I did look a bit deeper into it, so listen up. Okay, so the Mandrake plant is native to the Mediterranean and the Himalayas, and it is also a member of the nightshade plant family. Now, we all know that Mandrake in the wizarding world obviously is a dangerous plant. They wear earmuffs in the Chamber of Secrets when the kids are obviously pulling them out and repotting the baby mandrakes. And obviously Professor Sprout goes on to say that the cries will just merely make you faint if you don't wear your earmuffs because they're only babies. But adult mandrake screams coming from the adult plant, it would be fatal. So I wondered, well, if the plant's real, could it actually kill you? So I looked into what the mandrake in the Muggle world is all about. Now, the alkaloids in the plant, mainly the leaves and the roots, are poisonous. They can cause hallucinations and even have hypnotic effects. Ingesting mandrake root can have effects such as vomiting and diarrhea. And wait for it, if ingested in large quantities, it can cause death or coma. So yeah, it can be fatal. But obviously mandrake root in the wizarding world had its good purposes too. As we know, in the Chamber of Secrets, mandrake root was used to return those in a petrified state. So I went to look to see if there were any good uses for mandrake root in the Muggle world. European mandrake root is used for things like treating stomach ulcers, colic, constipation, asthma, hay fever, convulsions, arthritis-like pain, and even the whooping cough. Whooping cough, is that how you say it? Whooping cough. It is also used to trigger vomiting, cause sleepiness like a sedative, or even used to increase the increase interest in certain activities. Mandrake root in the Muggle world do actually often resemble human figures. They have been associated with a variety of superstitious practices throughout history. They have long been used in magic rituals. I was so glad that I looked further into Mandrake, and I hope you guys are glad I did too, because some of you won't know this. Like I said, a lot of you will have known Mandrake is a real plant because I did, but something made me look further into it, and like I said, I did find some other things out. So let's talk about the next thing that's real in the wizarding world and the Muggle world. Veritaserum, it's real. So in the wizarding world, it's a truth potion. Obviously, Dumbledore uses it on Barty Crouch, and obviously we also see the effects of Umbridge using it on Cho, and obviously threatens to use it on Harry Potter. Veritaserum does exist in the Muggle world too, but it's not called Veritaserum, I don't think, because there are a couple of different versions of this potion. Although they do have their limitations and can't be used in official interrogations, which I don't get why. Why can't you use them? I mean, you think of all them court cases and all the people in the jury, all the lawyers, you know, everything. Like, seriously, you could just give them a spoon of Verity serum and they either go to prison or go back home. I could use it on the kids. You know when kids do that thing where something smashes or something and no, want me, it was him. Want me, it was him. I'll ask again. I'll ask you again, kids. Take a spoon of this and I'm going to ask you again. I could really use some. But yes, there are some potions that have been used as truth serums. The effects of them are that when consumed, the consumer, then their brain's like a fog, and the serum basically makes them tell the truth because their brain isn't functioning properly because of this potion. They can't think of a lie. They can't think of a lie, so they have no choice but to tell them the truth. This next one is the thumbnail, the invisibility cloak. This is the one where I was like, wow. Now Susan's gonna get all scientifical, if that's even a word. Just listen, just listen. So we all know in the wizarding world, the invisibility cloak, when worn, covers whatever part of the body it's covering, turns invisible. As we see the effects first off in the Philosopher's Stone when Harry unwraps it on Christmas Day at Hogwarts. Seeing it for the first time himself, he wraps it around his body, but there's only his head on show. The cloak hasn't covered his head, so we can still see his head. Scientists have made some real life objects invisible, guys. Scientists from the United Kingdom, in my country, have developed what they call a surface wave cloak. It manipulates electromagnetics to make the object invisible. And if wireless sensors were sort of placed onto a human body, it could make humans invisible too. Can we make invisibility cloaks, please, scientists? There are a couple more experiments too. By using lenses to manipulate light. This was discovered at the University of Rochester. And another experiment developed in Montreal, if I'm saying that right. They produced what they call a spectral cloak. It hides objects by changing the frequency of light as it hits it. Oh my days. It's real, guys. It's real. The invisibility cloak, it's real. I wonder if I can get some electromagnetics in this thing. Are they a thing or are they invisible? What are electromagnetics? I'm really rubbish at science. Are they invisible? Now let's look at some of the spells used in Harry Potter. Now, the words themselves aren't technically real words, but they are mainly Latin. Now, Alohomora, obviously, as we know in the wizarding world, that spell is used to unlock and open doors. The word is supposedly from the West African Siddiqui dialect. Yes, I just checked, I said that right. But basically that means friendly to thieves. So it does obviously mean something because, you know, as you can guess, thieves that are witches and wizards would use that spell to get into vaults, and you've seen Newt in Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Getting into a muggle vault and a bank. The spell Episci. We see this spell's effects when Luna Lovegood casts it on Harry trying to fix his broken nose in The Half-Blood Prince. Episci is derived from Greek episcu. I think I'm saying that right. I'm really sorry if I'm not. But episcu, again, if I'm saying that right, means repair and was used to heal minor injuries. So yeah, pretty cool. The spell Tarantalegra, if I've said that right, I'm really rubbish at saying that spell, but that spell is used to make its victims' legs dance uncontrollably, move uncontrollably. It's likely a combination of the Italian word allegra, which means joyful, and tarantella, which is a southern Italian folk dance, old folk dance? No, it just says folk dance, which is a dance of very rapid movements. This one a lot of you will probably know, but I had to include it because it's just so cute. The bowtruckle, okay? So we know the bowtruckle as it resembles bark and twigs, you know, and it guards trees that's wood can be made into wands. They have sharp claws and they are very, very protective of their habitats. In the Muggle world, bowtruckles are known as stick insects, although they look the same, resembling bark and twigs. They use that look that they have to camouflage in foliage. I love that word, foliage. Foliage. Oh my gosh, how do you even say it? I love that word, foliage. Foliage. Oh my days. Nifflers are real. Oh my days, I want one. There have been so many pictures all over the internet of creatures, or this specific creature that looks like a niffler, and trust me, the resemblance is uncanny. So yeah, we see nifflers in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. They live with and are in care of Newt Scamander. Nifflers live amongst us, guys, and you can find them apparently in Australia. Now, there is such an uncanny resemblance between the niffler and the Australian's short-beaked echidnas. Is that how you say it? Echidnas. I read it wrong. I was doing so well. Like the niffler uses its snout to find precious gems, its precious shiny gems, the short-beaked echidnas use their long snout to find their insect prey. But how cool is that? Nifflers are real? And the last one, guys, the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, it's real. Now, from the Middle Ages to the late 17th century, the so-called Philosopher's Stone was the most sought-after goal for alchemists. Now, according to legend, the Philosopher's Stone could turn ordinary metals into precious metals such as gold and silver. It also acted as an elixir of life, curing illnesses, to be able to renew the properties of youth, and even grant immortality to those who possessed it. Now, this brings us to Nicolas Flamel, a French bookseller. Yes, he was a real person. He claimed to have transformed lead into gold. Now, whether this is true or not, Flamel did actually come into a considerable amount of wealth during that exact time, but he did give a lot of his riches to charity, which I think is absolutely lovely. So there you have it, guys. I have reeled off some of what I found. I did find more, but I do say this in a lot of my talking videos. I do find out more things, but I obviously had to just pick, otherwise this video would go on forever. If you'd like a part 2, let me know. But you know what I'm going to ask you to do now, guys? Comment, talk to me in the comments, guys. Let me know anything that you found out that's real that I haven't said in this video. Let me know if anything in here has, you know, seemed interesting. This is what I love about these talking videos. I love it when I know I've made somebody learn something new about the wizarding world, and because when I do these talking videos, obviously when I'm researching for them, I'm learning something new too, and I love talking about them. But yeah, talk to me in the comments, guys. You know I love it when you do. I'm going to end this video now, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye, Pots Poppets.